Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Checking in on YELP GWPH PCLN NVDA and Tesla on the daily, weekly timeframes. So YELP is continuing to tighten, and we have some clear resistances that the bulls need to get over to see continuation of this bounce play out. I'm looking at 34.74, a little double top the past 2 days, and 34.88, the high of the last bounce attempt. We have our higher low. We have yet to get the higher high. We did backtest and hold the middle Bollinger Band on the daily, so that's a victory for the bulls in the short term. But we need this break of 34.74 tomorrow, and ideally 34.88, with the next target being the 200-day moving average of 35.45. So the weekly time frame has its bullish reversal candlestick set. Now we need to confirm it with that break of 34.88 and continuation to the upside. And keep in mind, we are in a bearish trend here on the daily time frame, just in terms of the past month and where we are coming from. So we do need to anticipate that it is going to be a tough road ahead for these bulls on this bounce. And it's certainly taken a really long time for this oversold bounce to even develop to where it is right now. So I would be protecting trades with stop losses, locking in some profit when you have it, and certainly not looking to completely turn things around here and head back to where we were in terms of before this all-out dump did occur. But the bulls in control in terms of this short term. Now we just need this break of 34.74 and 34.88. GWPH on the daily time frame still weak, and the bulls really need to affirm themselves here in terms of forming a higher low. 120.39 is the must-hold level, and they want 122.79, the low of Friday, to be another higher low. But we did not confirm this bullish candlestick today. We saw further weakness and a close down near the lows. So if 122.79 does break, we are looking at a key level of 120.39, and that level is so key if we look on the weekly time frame. 120.21 is the weekly middle Bollinger Band, and if we were to lose that level, the bulls would be in a bit more trouble on the longer-term weekly time frame. So we have been rejecting from the upper Bollinger Band. You can see it is slowly ascending, creating room to the upside. We need this middle Bollinger Band to begin curling up as well. But first things first, bulls need to defend a new higher low of support and turn this ship back around to head back to the upside. Too much bear volume here. And one of those days, granted, was a lower wick with some of that bull volume. But the 2 days we got Thursday and Monday today, some pretty solid bear volume. So we need some nice green turnaround. The bears have been in control ever since we had that big upper wick of profit taking on that news release. And a key test tomorrow, 122.79. PCLN, new all-time high. Ideal bull, blue sky breakout. 3 days in a row, new all-time highs. Very easy trading in terms of the movement to the upside. We see the bulls just coasting all day today. New all-time high after new all-time high. No slowing these bulls down. They were very strong. And we closed strong as well. So resistance is 1772.49, 1775, 1780, some psychological levels thrown in there. The bulls are in full control, and there's no sign of that slowing down. And this is even without the help of the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 bulls head up and heads back towards the all-time high, then we can only imagine what the PCLN bulls will be able to pull off with market momentum in their favor. They are certainly set up for it. Weekly time frame is above the upper Bollinger Band for the 3rd week in a row, and I believe the last time that happened was 3 or 4 years ago. I believe 3 years ago. So this is significant if we can close above 1762 and stay above this upper Bollinger Band this week yet again. But even just 2 weeks in a row is standing out as something that has not happened very often in the past year or two. So the bulls looking great on PCLN and enjoying that blue sky breakout. NVDA bull showed up in a big way. They had a lot of sector momentum behind them. AMD and MU, and the semiconductors just seeing some nice upside with MBLY was getting some buyout. or it was getting bought out, and that definitely had some momentum for potential other buyout candidates, and just overall, it was very bullish sentiment this morning. And I said I wasn't really sure on the short-term direction, but as soon as we broke 101.30, that gives the direction to the bulls. And now we're looking at a test of the middle Bollinger Band tomorrow. That's going to be in the upper 102 range. So the bulls are starting to break some of these lower highs, trying to turn this daily trend around, and the weekly middle Bollinger Band still holding. This is the 4th week in a row that we are still holding this level. Just barely kept it last week. That level is 99.81, and it is still holding. If we close below that level, it will be the first time in over a year. But as of right now, the bulls are not worried about that, as they do have momentum. Next resistance is 105.20 after that middle Bollinger Band to try and continue breaking the lower high pattern. And last, we got Tesla. Tesla has a bullish reversal candlestick today. We've bounced off of support between 242 and 243 4 times in the last 11 days. So the bulls are absolutely building a level of support at this zone. And in order to turn things around on the daily, we need a green day to confirm this reversal candlestick tomorrow, and we need to see a break of 253.89 to break the lower high pattern. If we see a bear break of 242, the bears take control for another leg to the downside, and if we see a bull break of 253.89, this daily trend is going to change in the short term. Weekly chart is not giving us much information, except for the fact that we are on the verge of seeing a bear TCG cross of the 4-period exponential moving average down, crossing the 8-period to the downside. So that's on the verge of playing out, but if the bulls can show up and start to break this lower high pattern, they will prevent that from following through. So critical tight range here on Tesla. Bulls have momentum heading into tomorrow. And the FOMC on Wednesday, if we get a bear reaction in the market, keep an eye on this 242 support, because if it does break, we are looking for another leg to the downside on Tesla, with stop 1 being a gap at 239.71. Thanks for tuning in. We'll check back in tomorrow heading into the FOMC. We'll see you then.